Afghanistan army has carried out a major exercise along the Durand line. So it's double trouble for Pakistan. On the eastern front of Pakistan is exercise Trishul, and now on the Durand line, as the Istanbul talks now seem to fall out of hand of Pakistan, the Afghans have begun military exercises along the Durand line, which carried out in the last 3 days by the infantry wing of Afghan army soldiers and forces, which also carried out counter-terror exercises along with ground offensive drills during these 3 long day exercises. Now, what is crucial, ladies and gentlemen, here to understand is that Pakistan and Afghanistan at the moment have a very fragile ceasefire along the Durand line, since Pakistan decided to bomb Kabul, and in retaliation the Afghans hammered the Pakistani forces. And subsequently, there was a negotiation going on initially in Doha, Qatar, and then in Istanbul. My colleague Gursimran is joining me live on the broadcast with more details on this story. And Gursimran, just as the talks in Istanbul seem to have hit a road end, now Afghans have begun large-scale military exercises along the Durand line. Tell us more about it.
Yes, this video has been accessed by Republic. It is from area very close to the Durand line where these exercise has begun from the Afghan armed forces. What we are getting to know that it is the infantry wing of the Afghanistan army that is carrying out this drill, and this includes not only the counter-terror operations that are to thwart the attempts of the ISIS that is operating from the land of Pakistan. Their attacks can also be foiled, but also the ground offensive that are needed. This displays the modern machinery or modern weapon systems that Afghan has. Along with that, there is communication system that has been recently inducted into the Afghan armed forces that has also been utilized to carry out these ground offensives against the enemy. So this is a full-scale exercise that armed forces of Afghanistan, they are carrying out very close to the Durand line, and this area has been chosen, reason being that they want to operate to the similar conditions which they have to in days to come, owing to the situation that is developing, especially in Istanbul.
Thank you so much, Gursimran. Joining me live on the broadcast is also Major Samarpal Tur. Major Tur, if you can hear me, the Afghans have now begun developing a double trouble kind of a situation for Pakistan, as the talks in Doha and Istanbul have failed. And now these exercise videos are coming in. You are very well aware of the terrain and the challenges there. What is the challenge for Pakistan now? Exercise Trishul in the eastern front, and Afghans now training on the Durand line.
See, Niranjan, the main issue is that Pakistan has now gained overconfidence since it has gotten closer to the USA. As a result, it is costing them. Their close ally China is distancing itself from Pakistan itself. The peace talks have collapsed in Qatar and in Istanbul. And the way Khwaja Asif has been instigating the Afghans, and with the tone with which he is addressing the Afghans, has not been taken in good light. In fact, yesterday he was addressing a public rally where ink was smothered on his face. So there is a lot of disgruntlement within the people of Pakistan, and how they have treated the Tehreek-e-Labbaik, and how they have banned the outfit, the political party, and now it is there are speculations that they have joined TTP in terms of carrying out anti-Pakistan operations. So now coming to the main point, when I was there in Qatar on the 8th of October, I had mentioned then that there has been regrouping and reorganizing of the Taliban in the Kunar province. So, and they are basically trying to carry out the drills in mountainous regions, because that is where the forte is. Mountain warfare, the guerrilla warfare in the mountains is what made the Russians go back, and probably this is the exact fate that Pakistan will be facing in Gilgit-Baltistan, and we can expect anything to happen before the peak of winters. So we can anticipate that, yes, there are preparations going on. And logically, if we see, Field Marshal Munir had given a statement that before anything can happen, there will be something that might happen in the east of India. So as a result, we see the close ties between ISI and the Bangladesh army, and the activities which have been taking place at the Rangpur airfield, and how reactivation it is being done. And it's and there has been a Lashkar-e-Taiba associate leader who visited day before, named Zahir, who's been inciting hate amongst the border belts against the Indians.
Indeed. Major
These
Tur,
attempts-
my second question to you would be on this as well, because you raised it rightly that Khwaja Asif and all these ministers in Pakistan have been issuing war-mongering kind of statements. And we saw that Republic broke the news on how the Istanbul talks actually collapsed. It was precisely because of this snobbish attitude of the Pakistani negotiators also that shocked the Qatari and the Turkish intermediaries and interlocutors there. Do you think the Afghans now doing a training exercise along the Durand line is a clear message that the Afghans are ready for war if it comes to it?
See, the thing is that the Pakistanis were mocking the Taliban delegation in Qatar. They were mocking them and they were very rude in terms of their tone, and they were not negotiating a peace. They were being very dominant, very aggressive onto the Taliban regime, saying that we are the ones who have trained you, so you cannot threaten us that you can go to war against Pakistan. And with this rhetoric, they were dominating the Taliban teams in Istanbul and in Qatar, and that is the major reason why these peace talks have collapsed. Now, looking into the depth, let me tell everybody right now, I have the proof that the Afghans have outsourced their aircrafts to private mercenaries and private military contractors. So they are the ones who will be managing the flight operations, the attack helicopter operations for the Taliban. So if Pakistan is with the notion that they are going to have full air superiority and air dominance, they are very sadly mistaken. However, yes, Pakistan has been violating the Afghan airspace by sending in a lot of armed drones over Kabul and bombing selective places. So this is instigating a call for war, and I think it is just a matter of time when Taliban is going to move in and is going to teach the Pakistanis a lesson and not take Taliban and Afghanistan for granted.
Thank you so much, Major Tur, for joining us on this broadcast and breaking down the situation along the Durand line. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not calm yet. The ceasefire holds, but the Durand line is still hot.